client of mine was looking to lower her cortisol levels, and she was asking me about supplementation for that. And yes, there are supplements for that. The supplement that I told her to take was holy basil seeds, because it's a very easy adaptogen to start with. You can put that in your yogurt at night, and it kind of calms you down, and it lowers your cortisol, and it actually improves your sleep, which in turn lowers your cortisol even more. But I told her that I'm only giving her one supplement, because you never want to start by taking 3 performance or adaptogen supplements at the same time, because then if you get results, then you don't really know which one did which. But I also told her that the biggest lever you will always pull is your strength training. Exercise is always the medicine of choice, but there's all kinds of exercise. The absolute best exercise, if you are over 40, whether you are a man or a woman, it is strength training. But the problem is that most people do strength training completely wrong due to the fact that they do not track their progress. When you go to the gym and you lift weight on Monday, and then you go to the gym that following Monday and you don't know what weight or how many reps or how long you did it last week, then how do you know that you're going to make progress? And I know me telling you to track your progress is equivalent to me saying you need to eat your vegetables, but when you track your progress, that's when your strength training becomes addicting, because you see these marginal improvements every single week. When you see those improvements, then you start asking yourself, hey, how can I get better at this big lift, for instance? Then you start wondering, okay, I want to get better at a pull-up. Well, I better work on my rear delts. How do I work on my rear delts? If you want to increase your pull-ups, you also have to improve your stamina. How do you improve your stamina? Well, what kind of cardio is good for that? That's usually jump ropes and also sled pushes. And then if you want to have perfect form on pull-ups, you have to have a perfect posture. And how do you do that? By having a strong core. And how do you get a strong core? By doing lots of weighted sit-ups, rotational exercises. And this is how everything just falls into place, where if you focus on one exercise in your workout and you commit yourself to get better at that one big lift, and by default, it will force you to look outward to do other things in order to get better at that big lift. And this is what I mean with your big lift is always the meat and potatoes of your workout. Now, many men have wished death upon me. Many men, they will take this way too far. They will dedicate their whole entire Monday to the bench press because it's International Bench Press Day, and then that is literally all they'll do. Now, technically, there's nothing wrong with it. The bench press is one of the greatest exercises you can do, but most people don't realize that it's actually a full body exercise, because you got to push with your feet as well. But even if you want to get better at bench press and all you do is bench press, you're never going to get better at bench press. You got to hold yourself in place first. So you got to have good glute strength, good core strength. You got to be able to pull the bar towards you. You got to have good, strong scapular retraction muscles. When you come down and press that bar back up, a lot of the driving forces come from your triceps. So you better be working hard on your triceps, twice as much triceps as you do on your biceps. And now you see that if you keep going like this, then the bench press turns into a full body workout. And this is how you put your workout together. Same thing with the squat. If your knees are caving on the squat, that means your glutes are weak. That means you need to have stronger glutes, hip thrust, more sideways banded walks. Or what if you're not squatting all the way down? Well, that's usually a mobility issue. Now you got to work on your mobility. So this is how strength training just becomes addicting, and it brings so much joy and jubilation, glee, and fulfillment, because outside of the fact that you're tracking your progress and getting better, it obviously gives you the max amount of dopamine that you can probably get aside from maybe a select other activities that you can do outside of the gym. You already know exercise increases your dopamine, but seeing you make progress in the weights you lift and seeing yourself get stronger, and then walking to a mirror and seeing your muscles get bigger, I mean, that's one of the greatest emotions you can have.